mean, the truth is most likely going to be in the middle.
Well, yeah, that's usually true. I'll give you that. But in terms of like large-scale human events, I would say, historically speaking, the worst tends to happen.
That's true. Like, think about it. Like, every 100 years, there's a pandemic.
Yeah, it's true. Roughly every 100 years.
Roughly every 100 years. And that's
yeah,
not
but
a
that's
coincidence.
every 100 years.
Yeah, but
It's relatively rare.
There's a pattern, is what I'm saying.
I mean, that's actually not very rare if you think about it. That's essentially there's a major pandemic once in every human lifetime. If you live hypothetically
Sounds
for
pretty
100
rare to
years,
me.
yeah.
I mean, I don't.
That's not very rare.
Yeah.
If I go through this shit once, that's it.
Welcome back.
I mean, that means per century there's roughly 10.
Welcome back to the 2 a.m. podcast. I'm sleep deprived. We're having a heated discussion on future events.
Whoa. Look, the
What's
AC's
new?
on today. I don't know what heat you were talking about, but what's
How are we today?
I'm good. How are
the
you?
boys?
How are you? You specifically.
I fucked myself up. I had a Diet Coke last night.
A Diet Coke, dude.
Yeah, Zaid's precious sleep was
Deprived.
foiled by that of the delicious, refreshing.
I really don't
of a Diet
know.
Coke.
I mean, I know caffeine has a negative impact on sleep, but
Damn,
this
dude.
royally just
Well, I'm wondering,
screwed me.
doesn't all Diet Coke? Well, actually, okay, let me take a step back, right? Because I was wondering the same thing last night. Like, I had a Diet Coke because I was like, screw it, right? I haven't had one forever. And in my house, there's a gold can and a silver can Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And the gold can is caffeine free, right?
Yeah.
And then the silver can, I don't know what it is, but both of them say Diet Coke on them.
Yeah, there's a caffeine-free version
Caffeine.
and a caffeinated version.
Caffeine.
No, why don't we just call it caffeine?
Caffeinated.
Well, it's just
So you had the decaf.
I had the decaf.
Yeah,
yes.
lucky you.
I had the decaf Coke. Let me get the grande decaf Diet Coke.
Oh, this is another. I was thinking about this morning. I was like,
What?
what the fuck is the point of decaf coffee?
Well, you know it's actually caffeinated, right?
Decaf coffee is caffeinated.
Yeah. It's just such a minor amount that they're allowed to label it as decaffeinated.
Yeah.
Well, even then, what is the point?
You don't get as much of a buzz.
And
You don't get any buzz.
Well, for me, I enjoy the flavor of coffee, right?
So it's more of a
I
ritual.
enjoy the flavor of black coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want the buzz of coffee at like 7 o'clock at night, right? Decaf. That's why it exists.
Ah. So yeah, it's very minimal anyway. Like
Yeah.
it's basically decaffeinated. Which is why
For
it's
the
called
most part, yeah.
But they just can't say it's 0%.
No.
Yeah, because it's nearly impossible.
Well, decaffeinated doesn't mean 0. That would be non-caffeinated.
Yeah.
D just means reduced.
Yeah, but if you're talking about a coffee bean, there's no way you
It's
can just
actually a good point,
decaffeinate
yeah.
it completely.
Like I love legalese. Like legalese is some of the best and worst examples of humanity. Like decaffeinated. Well, D, you'd think it means no.
Yeah.
Right? Just based on the prefix.
Yeah.
D.
D.
None. But you read into it and it's like, no, that just means reduced in the eyes of the FDA.
That's exactly why. You know how I figured out that like D does not mean 0? It's because of working with so many DAWs. So when you do like
like a denoiser or a de-esser.
Yeah.
Or like a
a denoiser, a de-esser, yeah, that kind of stuff, or like a shake reduction sometimes. Like
it never gets rid of 100% of it.
But if they put non-caffeinated, that's a different story.
Yeah,
it's a very different
That's
story.
a very different story because it's non-caffeinated.
Yeah.
And if it's caffeinated, I'm gonna sue your ass.
I think you probably could.
Yeah.
On the premise of false advertising.
Exactly. Actually, we put a dash between non and caffeinated.
No,
So
but it's like
that's
you know the phrase
Read the clause, bro.
you know the phrase to be honest,
yeah.
right? You hear it a lot nowadays and it's subconscious almost. Like
Usually comes from people who are lying.
no, it's not from people who are lying. It's just like it's an expression now, kind of like how people used to say like this is such a dumb example.
You don't say.
Or like YOLO, you know, they're like YOLO and they just go do shit, right?
Yeah.
Or you don't say would be actually a better example.
Yeah. You don't say.
But like if you go into court, if you like you're on trial, right? You're on the stand, you're being tried. And you say, "Well, to be honest, at that point forward, you're screwed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're under the assumption in the eyes of the court as you have been lying the entire time.
Ah.
So now your entire testimony can be deemed false legally.
Yeah.
Like,
So people are under the wrong impression that it means like, hey, I'm always telling the truth, whether you remember it or not. But really, now you're just saying that you may have been playing around earlier, and now you're just completely off.
Yeah, they're
Exactly, right?
usually,
No, my favorite is to be completely off. No,
dude.
like there's a difference, you know. I'm an honest guy, but to be honest, though.
No, there are usually signals
But
that
wait,
liars have.
But wait, though. But to be completely honest.
And like I think there was this guy. Can you search up Chris Voss?
Chris
I
Voss,
think he's a former CIA.
American author.
inventor of
He talks about deception.
He's an American businessman, author, and academic. Voss is a former FBI hostage negotiator, the CEO of the Black Swan Group, and co-author of the book Never Split the Difference.
Nice.
This guy has a course on Masterclass, and I've actually watched it.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching an ad for it actually on YouTube, and he was talking about how liars usually tend to add more words into their sentence just to make it seem more convincing.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what's ironic? When I was in high school, sophomore year, I had a teacher who said, if you don't know the answer to something, write until something makes sense. And so on tests, right, like certain kids, they would only have like, I don't know, a paragraph of shit. And then you'd look over at other kids, they're writing on the back, they're asking for extra paper because they don't know what the hell's going on. They're just saying words that seem like they're important, right?
Yeah.
And they somewhat tie into what the subject matter is. And they just do this delicate dance
Yeah.
around what the answer is because they don't know. And sometimes, if not usually, it can work in your favor.
Yeah.
You might not get 100, but you might get a B.
Yeah. I've usually gotten B's on things like that, where I'm like, okay, let me just integrate like high level words with like basic knowledge. And it sounds intense, you know? But it's just like, really, you got the same thing out of like this one sentence that's on freaking Wikipedia.
Yeah. It's like within that answer, you'll have 2 to 3 sentences of, you know, actual meat, something that's worthy, surrounded by a blanket of 4 to 5 paragraphs of absolute horseshit.
Like, here's an example. Yo, we kicking it tonight? Also, you could just say, hello, good sir. Will we be partaking in the kicking of it tonight? Like, which one sounds better?
Will we
the
be
other one sounds more like,
time
ooh.
in each other's presence and discussing various topics
Like, if you're a teacher,
around a lunch table?
if you're a teacher and you see at the beginning of your paper, to whom it may concern, you
Go
have a
fuck
problem.
yourself, dude.
you just give them an F. They probably don't know.
To whom it may concern.
This isn't the
My
fucking
God, dude.
1920s, bro. Relax.
It's like the 18
Whatever
1880s,
time
bro.
period. It's too old. It's too archaic for me.
My dearest River Lily, I write to you under the guise of an impersonable and rather unbelievable magnitude of force that has delivered me to a moment of deliverance.
How would we do our
Unvanishable.
podcast intro like that? Let's apply it to our pod.
I
intro.
just said words that make no sense.
Yeah,
By the
literally.
way, for anybody that's listening, that is a horrible sentence.
Yeah. If you take
God awful.
every word has a definition. It just didn't make any
Let's go.
sense.
Not even close to me.
put you on the spot. Do our podcast intro like that.
Deliverance? By partaking in the vanishing of these asteroids, I shall now begin by assimilating the astronomical. I don't know what the hell. Like, literally, just go and do it. I don't know. Like, I actually entered a different headspace. I'm like, all right, you need to do this now.
Like when I
Let's
get
go.
into the Jiggy Carmaquer character,
Yeah.
right? Like that's a zone.
Yeah,
Start it
that's
up.
like
bro.
a
Start it up.
yeah, it's a different kind of force.
No, I can't do it right now for some reason.
Yeah, you can in 3.
No. I'll give you a random word. You go off of it. Okay.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Altcoin.
Can you give me something
oh
not
my
crypto
God.
related?
Bro.
Okay, okay.
That's fucking dumb.
How about this? Set design.
Even adjust his fucking jaw.
I know. Wait for it.
And oh wait, let me get way too close to the mic.
Yes.
And welcome back to Thoughts for Your Thoughts with your daily host, Jiggy Carmaquer. On today's precarious episode, we have done an illustrious and rather informative deep dive into the intricate and delicate world of set design. When we gander upon movies of such grandeur and scale, such as Passion of the Christ by Mel Gibson, you can really start to determine where the historical accuracies and thus inevitable inaccuracies can be found. For example, the cloths worn by the common folk of the town of Tabith were wearing something that would be more representative of modern-day complex cottons, when in actuality, the majority of the fibers derivative of the clothing at the time were created by reeds found in the Indus River Valley civilization, and thus leads me to believe that Mel Gibson did not truly believe or care about the microscopic details and rather precarious, meticulous thoughts that go into set design.
All right, take a break, Jiggy.
I'm fading out of it, right? I'm like,
Oh my
Take a break,
God.
Jiggy. That was very well done.
That was very good.
We'll make that as a separate clip for the Clips channel.
you got to think about it for a minute, man. Like,
Yeah, you gotta just, you're acting, dude. You gotta
Yeah.
just embrace
See
the energy.
town of Tibia?
Tabith.
Tabith,
Which is not a real place.
Yeah.
I wonder if it is. Is Tabith a real town?
It could be like a something. Maybe not a town.
Zimbabwe Tibith.
Holy shit.
It is.
No, I think it's Tabitha or Tabitha or however you pronounce it. Tabitha was an actual. It seems like it was an actual community in the Bible.
Oh, dude, did you hear about that?
This is ironic. I was talking about passion.
I think it's one African town or village that claims to have the what is it from Indiana Jones?
The stone?
The Holy Covenant?
The
something
skull?
Oh, the
like
Ark
that?
of the Covenant.
Ark of the Covenant.
What's
Yeah.
the Ark of the Covenant? I haven't
The
seen
Ark of
Indiana
the-
Jones.
well,
Can't believe it, dude.
If you want me to get technical about it, I'll try to keep it brief. The Ark of the Covenant is essentially things delivered, like they're gifts delivered by God. Like, for example, I think one of them was like an infinite manna source, which is like a form, it's like food or bread. Something
Oh,
like
okay.
that. You know, and it's like I think they also have the Ten Commandments inside them, shit like
Leaves
that.
a little bit of Bitcoin in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you left a little bit of Algorand in there. But no, that was hosted inside the tabernacle, which was like a movable tent, and I think they just kind of moved it from place to place, and it was like the holiest of holy whatever. And like it's also believed to have unbelievable divine power, and if you were to open it, it essentially would end you. So that's why it's supposed to stay closed, and that's why the Nazis in Indiana Jones tried to use it and turned it into a weapon.
Now, supposedly, an African village is trying to protect
don't
this thing.
say.
So,
Makes sense.
don't know how true it is.
Yeah.
They'll try to kill you if you try to get in.
Well,
So,
Thank you for keeping it boxer brief.
What's also
Um,
it's also like, have you is it the Shroud of Turin? Is that the thing where it was like they believe they have the shroud, or basically the cloth that they laid over Jesus when he died, and there's like an actual imprint of his face, like in dried blood. They're like, we have the DNA of the holiest figure, at least in Christianity.
we've got a hair follicle.
Hair
We've got the
follicle.
holy hair follicle.
That's why hair transplants are so easy today, because we got the holy one.
Isn't there
It
also
all
like
stems
some?
from Jesus.
Isn't there a church that believes they have like the skull of Mother Mary or something like that?
What the hell? That sounds like some Italian crap.
I think it is.
Sounds like some Genoa shit.
Damn, some pasta sounds bomb right now.
Oh yeah, the skull of Mary Magdalene in Saint Maximin Basilica in France. Yes.
So they say.
What?
Yeah, so they believe.
What do they do with it? They just display it?
Yeah, it's just there. Oh wait, yeah, here's what it's displayed on. It's really trippy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some of the I know Christianity, like a lot of the statues they have are supposed to be symbolic of like the struggles
Mm-hmm.
that were happening at the time, the things that the prophets had to go through, or any holy figures. But they're really creepy. Can we admit that? Like
They
when you
are.
walk into a church and you see Jesus pinned up on a cross and he's
Yeah.
bleeding and he's
I was about
I
to
think
ask
that's the
you.
point. Yeah.
I was
no,
about to
I know
ask
it's the
you.
point, but it is still
How do
rather
you
creepy.
how do you feel about that? Like having a skull, like a human real skull, just sitting there in a room.
But it is of one of the most important figures of that religion.
Oh, just in general?
Yeah, but just
It's
in
literally
general.
it's the skull of the person that they believe birthed the son of the creator
Yeah,
or
but we're
God.
talking about just in general.
Yeah, but even then, like,
I don't know. I imagine God would want us to move on.
yeah,
You know, not forget, but just be like, hey, let the remains lie where they're supposed to be in the ground.
yeah, and then take
And
on like their role model figure and just kind of, take their characteristics and apply them to your own life. And
exactly.
you know.
I
You
would
think
l-
that's what God would want, but no.
Yeah, but
apparently
yeah,
it's
the
keeping their
skull,
skulls in
it's
a
the
golden
physical,
statue.
it's the physical matter that matters. You know.
I would love to have a skull on my desk. I'll be honest.
I can't really disagree.
Yeah, I know. You're right. You're right. I'm not gonna lie. Especially if
It would
was
be
like-
pretty metal. You walk in.
yeah, taking a Santa
You're
Ana,
literally carrying a
powder-coated.
skull around your entire life. What's another one on a desk?
Nah, dude.
Just as long as you don't murder anybody.
Did you not just hear what I said? Take it to Santa Ana and get it powder coated.
Could you imagine getting it like just matte black powder
Yeah.
coat? That would actually be
Carbon
pretty cool.
fiber.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber skull. I'm gonna Google
Carbon
that. I
fiber
wonder if that's a thing.
skull, dude.
It's like, bro, weight reduction.
You know, in the future, there's gonna be like implants like that, where it's just a skull that you can swap out with yours. It's made out of carbon fiber. It's hyper lightweight. It's
Yeah.
more resilient to
Hell
cracks.
yeah, dude. Whose skull would you like to have?
Wolverines,
Wolverine's?
made out of adamantium.
That'd be sick as hell.
God damn, I kind of want that.
Yo, that's
Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
that's
right?
actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
A carbon fiber skull.
Or a golden one. Whose skull would I have?
Yeah. Who would you want?
I feel like I shouldn't answer that
He
question.
said Logan or Wolverine. There we go. Makes sense.
Talking about mythical, like,
Yeah, let's just
Fictional
say
characters?
whatever you desire.
Oh, that's a charm. I thought it was a ring. Sorry, I'm looking at dumb stuff now. I was looking at golden skulls, and I saw this thing, and I'm like, I thought it was a ring, and I'm like, I'm buying that tomorrow. That's the coolest.
Oh my god.
It's the most trap
It's a
ring I've
24
ever seen.
That'd be the coolest.
24K skull ring?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Probably my future self.
What the hell?
It's a fictional character, isn't it?
Boo!
Yeah.
It's not fictional. It's you in the future.
Yeah.
So unless you're dead, it's not fictional.
You chose fucking Wolverine.
Yeah,
That's fictional.
it is fictional.
Why can't I choose my future
Unless he
future
meant-
skull of
I just
myself?
like calling Zayd out. On
Yeah, I
shit.
know.
I don't know. It's fun. I just think that's lame. Do somebody other than you, because it's basically going to be your skull you have now.
Would choose
Yeah.
Captain America.
So technically you have
That
your
would
own
have been a
skull.
better. Would have been a better answer.
Nah, it sounds lame to me.
Nah, dude. I'm gonna take his answer and make it real. Hugh Jackman. No, I'm just kidding.
We're coming for your skull, Hugh Jackman.
Jesus.
Hey man.
He hits us up with a death threat. Don't
Yeah,
fucking
I
say-
don't fucking say that. My bad. It's not even a death threat.
Don't
even
disrespect Mr.
He
Jackson
hits us
like
up
that.
with a death threat. Don't even say that.
Or I'll fucking kill you.
I don't think that's a death threat. Don't say that.
Just shows up to the stew one day and he has
Yeah.
actual blades come out of his hand. We're like, what?
What the
He's
hell?
like, you thought these were CGI?
Do you know what happens when you add mantium? No, just about to go crazy.
Thought you were gonna pop a blood vessel there for a second.
Yeah, I was about to just go insane. Yeah,
Feel
man.
the flexing.
So summer's around the corner.
What about it? What are you doing this summer?
Well, I know that we just came out of COVID and stuff. Like,
Is that a movie?
what are you
Is that a
doing this
movie
summer?
title?
what are you doing
What You
this
Did
summer?
Last Summer?
No, it's I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, that's
Not-
the movie title.
But the prequel is I know what are you doing this summer? And that's why he knows what she did that summer. 'Cause
What
he
about
asked.
summer?
Well, it's around the corner, and I'm just kind of like venturing out for like ideas and activities to do. I don't know what situation we're gonna be in, right?
yeah,
like-
neither do I. But apparently,
Hope for the best,
COVID rates seem to be dropping, which is
especially in
good.
California, which is cool.
Yeah, LA's at less than 1% now,
Yeah.
allegedly.
But here's the funny part. I was talking to one of my coworkers like about this, but we were saying you can't trust the high numbers, like the high deaths, but you also can't trust when they say that it's this low. So
You can't trust any of their numbers.
you can't trust
because
any
the
of their
testing is
like,
fundamentally flawed.
it's so weird. Like
don't
we'd
know.
like to, it feels good when they say, we're down to 0.9%,
Yeah, no, it feels good, but
I
I'm
don't
just
think we're
wondering
at-
when we're going to reach the point where it hits 0 and they're still like, yeah, go get your vaccinations. It's
Yeah.
like, but there's no COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then one day our freaking United States slogan is going to be Vaccination Nation.
The vaccination.
The vaccination. Creativity.
Sponsored by Bill Gates.
Stonks.
No, but what
Stonks.
when you
Yeah.
have friends who come up both positive and negative multiple times in the span of multiple weeks,
Mhm.
Yeah, that one was
what
weird.
the hell is that?
That is very weird. And that was multiple parties too. So I was like concerned, like what is going on here? Can't trust the test. But
I don't know.
I think it's mostly all over. Like people are just walking around the stores without masks anymore, kind of.
Which is kind of a weird sight to see.
It is, right? It
It's
was
like,
weird
did you
seeing a
just
mask.
forget what happened?
Yeah.
Well,
And I know
think-
we need to move on after a point, but like there's still COVID out there. Like
Yeah, and I'm out here just trying to fucking buy matching masks with my outfits.
I think we're going to see
Like-
a heavy decline though, because summer is, of course the sun is out, vitamin D is very important. So more people are going to be going to the
Mhm.
beach and protecting their immune system.
Remember last year's beaches?
Yeah, they were stacked.
Packed.
It was ridiculous. I've never seen the beaches so busy. Like even during normal summers,
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
It was the time where you had the chance to remember the beach. So people were just there. Whether you were an outdoor person or not.
Yeah, and do you remember like 4 months before that they were arresting people in LA for paddleboarding?
Yeah. Yeah. Yet they didn't arrest the guy that was skating on the freeways.
Bro, they literally almost hit him with the fucking boat.
Yeah, they almost hit that guy like as a means to stop the spread of COVID, which by the way, he's out there by himself with nobody near
Yeah.
him for like at least 1,000 feet.
That is so funny.
You are a COVID risk.
Yeah.
It's the original
Yeah.
social distancing.
And if anything, I think salt is actually good for you and may actually reduce the fact that you have COVID.
I don't know. I
It's
thought it was hilarious because I mean,
It's a detox mechanism.
he was out in the sun, which at the time, to be fair, we thought that COVID would live on certain surfaces up to, I think it was like a week. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Most people do not remember that, but the CDC came out with a statement where it was like, yeah, COVID can live on, I think it was metal or plastic surfaces for
Yeah.
up to,
That's
it was something
exactly
like 3 or 4 days.
Didn't they debunk that?
No, it was an outside source that
Mhm.
said, "Oh, we believe that COVID can die within minutes when exposed to sunlight and UV radiation." And then the CDC still stood behind the 3 to 4 days thing, just as a precautionary measure, which I understand.
Mhm.
But then it was a while afterwards and it was kind of convenient around the time where they started to open up air travel again, like
Mhm.
where more people started to get on, where they're like, "Oh yeah, it dies in UV."
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
And then people, luckily, they started cleaning planes off with like this UV light spectrum, which I've always wondered, why haven't they always done that? It makes so much sense. Like, you think a wipey is going to clean off all of the disease that people been spewing in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like little pill capsule that flies through the air? No.
I love his sudden realization.
Why don't they have
No,
it
it's
built
not a
into the
sudden
plane?
realization. It's just I'm angry because I'm
I
like,
know,
they've always
I
should have been doing
I know,
something
but your
like
tone
this.
just made it seem like it was a sudden realization.
Wait, why don't
And
they?
actually,
Why don't they have it built into the fucking plane?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Common sense.
Why don't we just set up UV lights like all around the cabin?
I'll tell you why.
It looks cool.
I'll tell you why. Because Boeing. To anyone that doesn't know, there's a company named Boeing. Do your research.
No, they don't need to. They don't need them up and down the cabin. They just have these. I mean, that might be a thing in the future, but like, they just have these mobile units that they hold on to, and they scan each chair.
Yeah.
And it kills a lot of the bacteria. Why haven't we always had something like that?
Peak
Well, they
tism,
don't
man.
care. There's actually articles about why the interior of airplanes just suck ass and actually carry more bacteria than your average toilet seat unflushed for 3 days.
Which I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's certain planes where
They
you get into, right?
steam it, but we don't even know if they steam it. And even if they did steam it, that's not even the best solution.
I was under the assumption that they just got like disinfectant wipies and then they went down and just tried to clean off everything as best as they could.
Yeah, but when you're dealing with 325 seats, I don't think they're wiping properly.
Yeah, you think
Yeah, that's my
It's
point.
like,
that's my point.
Let's just do this for the cameras, if there are any.
Because there's times where it's like, your phone falls out of your pocket and
Yeah.
you're digging for something and you're like, there's some
Oh.
crunchies in this seat that
Oh.
I know they're not for me.
Dude, you think
Yeah, I
John?
know they're not
You
for
think
me.
John in aisle F is going to the bathroom and wiping his ass thoroughly?
Yeah.
No, he's going back.
Why?
He has a crusty ass and he's
Wait
sitting
a
back
second.
on that seat.
I thought this flight didn't have meals. It's just gravy.
They just pull out a scoop full of just old pretzels, peanuts.
Oh, dude, no, dude. Just imagine like it looks like old mashed potatoes with algae on it.
Bro, you know
You're
there's
like, what? Dude, what's the point of the wipe?
you
Even
know there's
steam.
what?
What?
There's at least one jizz stain.
Are you guys gonna take a look down here?
There's
just-
at least one.
Oh my god, that's no,
Zayd, you always like to think of the worst, bro.
the
This
worst,
one is.
bro. I can't, man. Yeah,
I will say
airplanes are dirty.
there is something magical about getting onto an airplane where it's a red eye and it's like very, very late at night
Mhm.
and there's nobody in the plane. And then the crew comes on over the radio or whatever.
PA.
And they announce the PA system, thank you. And they announce to everybody, yeah, you can kind of just sit wherever you want.
Yeah,
Like I was on a flight home, I think it was from Boston, and it was a red eye, and super late. The majority of people were sleeping, but the stewardess said, "Hey, the snacks, they're right here. Just get up and take them if you
Yeah.
want them."
yeah. They
And
do
you
that.
can, and she's like, "You can see all of the rows are open. You
Mhm.
can essentially take 3 rows and just lie down if you want to."
Yeah,
And we're like,
I love that. How far is that?
it was like
Is that
a
a 6-hour flight?
Okay, they always say it's 6 hours, but I never had a flight that was longer than I think it was like 5:15.
Okay.
I think they say it's 4 to 5 getting there and 5 to 6 coming back or something like
Yeah.
that, or vice versa. I don't remember.
Because of the airways.
Yeah, just because of the airstreams
Mhm.
and how you travel. But yeah, it was so great. I just pulled up. I grabbed an apple.
Yeah.
I grabbed 2 bags of those root chips that they have. I got a bag of
Cassava.
I got a bag of friggin' pretzels, and then they had like protein bars, which was cool.
That's down.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
cool. Wasn't even first class; it was coach. I
Yeah.
think. Like,
Could you sit in first class?
no, that was still closed off.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I had a 15-hour flight like that before. It was me
Really?
and one other guy, and we had a jumbo-sized airplane
Where are you flying?
2
bro?
people?
from the UK to here.
God.
Yeah. And dude, it was 2 people. So what happened
seems
was
so
I
wasteful.
remember I had a different flight, and at the airport I got called up because I had just visited Lebanon. So I guess they had questions to ask me.
Mhm.
They're like, "What are you doing in the UK?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Well, it's just um my second flight to go back home. Like
It's your
just-
layover.
It's my layover. There we go. Couldn't freaking find it for a second. But they're like, okay, we're just gonna ask you a few questions. They asked me like questions for about 10 minutes about like what I was doing in Lebanon, like where I live, like stuff like that. And then after that, they were like, your plane has like boarded, and they shut off the boarding, so we're gonna just give you another ticket for the American Airlines. I'm like, what the hell? There was another guy that was getting questioned. So me and him hop on that plane, and we go back to LA together on this jumbo-sized airplane with 500 plus seats, just fucking open.
747?
Yeah,
That seems so wasteful.
it was.
Probably
Like,
already
that's what
had to
it.
go back though.
But that's the thing. Like, well, it's an American. Well,
But
doesn't
still,
matter.
you could have waited and just pumped a bunch of people on there, right? Like you didn't have to have
Well,
that flight
I think
there.
they were. I don't know. I have no
it
idea.
might have been a logistics thing. Like,
Yeah, because it was so weird. Because suddenly I had to go down to the basement of the
the
airport,
plane.
and then we got onto we took the stairs up.
that's rad.
We didn't go through the
the tunnel,
the
or
little
whatever.
tunnel
Yeah.
thingy.
I've flown a lot. I've never had that.
Yeah, but it was cool because like I slept 10 hours. I had all the rows I wanted in the world, so I actually slept like on a bed technically,
Hmm.
and in one position, of course,
That's nice.
which is better than seated.
Did they let you go into first class?
They did not.
Yeah,
They
right.
won't
They
let you.
always
Yeah.
always get you on that.
Yeah,
little
they always
thing.
get you, but it's okay. Like I still had a good time because everyone, all the stewardesses, everything was just so chill. They were having a party. They were all drinking water on their own. They were like, it was leisure time for them. They were sitting around vacationing.
Next time that happens, let's see if we can try to convince them first class.
Could you imagine
Yeah.
getting paid for 15 hours just to kick it?
Just to play Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a vibe for 15 hours.
It's so sick. And I love that when you said the snacks are right here, just grab whatever you want. There's tea, there's like that's what it was. I felt
Yeah.
like whatever I wanted was just there. No, I didn't have to wait for the bathroom. Like it was just so dope.
I felt like a king.
Yeah, I did feel like
I
a
was king for a day
Exactly.
on a plane.
I am the American airline. Yeah, but pretty cool stuff.
Now, if you want to walk out to the plane, though, or if you want to just walk off of the plane, like right out of the stairs, one of the airports that you can do that at is oh shit.
I did that in Ireland, actually.
It's not John Wayne, but is it what's the other airport that's north? It's not LAX.
Ontario?
No, I'm totally blanking.
Chino?
No, not Chino. It's on by the coast.
Oh, Long Beach?
Long Beach.
Long
thank
Beach.
you.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, Long Beach. They have
This
certain
guy.
flights where you can just like walk out of the plane, get onto. It's pretty dope. That's a nice little airport. We're talking about airports on the 2 a.m. podcast. How fucking boring are we?
I don't know, dude.
But that's a nice airport.
Yeah,
That's
that is a
good
nice
travel.
airport.
That's a good. We're so boring.
Well,
We're so-
no,
You're boring.
no. There's an interesting thing in everything. Especially silence.
Worst airplane bathroom stories.
Oh,
Go for it.
God.
No, those
Okay.
no. That's not even bad. Worst public restroom story. Come on, public
Bruh.
restrooms are way
Well,
worse
I
than
have
airplane.
way too many stories. Like I can't think of one that's the worst. Because I would have had one that was the worst, but the problem was I've experienced it now twice.
Oh my God.
And so it can't be the worst
Well,
anymore.
so
Somebody
it's-
shitted on the wall.
So it's
No.
group worst. No. So you group.
Well,
them
I
together.
mean, I've walked into the bathroom. I've walked into a handicap stall and I've literally just seen shit all over the floor. Like they didn't even make an effort to go to the toilet. Like they just walked in there, must have just pulled their pants down and shit all over the floor. I've seen that. I've walked into a bathroom where this isn't really bad. It just cracks me up. I was in Vegas and I walked into the bathroom and there was this dude who was probably in his like mid to late 80s, maybe early 90s. He looked like a skeleton though. Like all skin, no muscle, and bones. That was it, right? I walk into the bathroom, this dude's taking a piss, and he's got like biker leather on, which
Yeah.
is hilarious. He's got like his road freaking warrior jacket, and he's got jeans and boots, and he's
Yeah.
like, it looks like he can barely lift the boots to take a step, right? Because
Oh my
he's so
God.
frail
Yeah.
looking.
Is he shooting up in there?
No, he's at the urinal taking a piss, and this man's pants are completely on the floor.
Oh.
And I'll say this: it looked like he had a negative ass.
Oh my God.
Like I'm serious. It looked like the
Yeah.
muscles where his butt is supposed to be, or his
Yeah.
his glutes
Concave.
were gone. Like they had just been cut out.
My
And like
God.
you know when you look at a pelvis, it's concave to
Yeah.
a degree, right? It literally there was concavity where his glutes are supposed to be. He was that thin.
So
That and the skin was just draped. Like it looked like
yeah.
fabric, like a leather fabric almost.
yeah, he's a thumbs forward kind of guy for sure.
Man
from
doesn't
that
squat,
description.
that's for sure.
What the hell? I think my worst experience.
And hearing him take when I was,
Oh my God.
I
What
took
next?
I took a piss like 3 or 4 urinals over. And taking a piss for him was an endeavor. You could hear it, right?
Oh my God.
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I know I'm on this story, but
Yeah.
it's like it was just so funny to me,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
because that's what we're looking forward
Yeah,
towards.
because
it
in
sound
your
like?
head, when you're in public, you're not going to enjoy going to the bathroom. You're trying to get it out of the way so you can go and continue what you were
Yeah.
doing, right?
No, but like this is just a sign of what's to come when we get older, right? That's really what it is. It's a man in his youth looking at a man, I guess, not in his youth,
Mhm.
well past his prime years, and that's what we get to look forward to.
No, he's sick though.
What? No, not necessarily.
on.
Old people usually
He doesn't take
care
care of himself. I would
Old
assume.
people usually have a really hard time taking a piss or a shit, anyways. And this man's almost, I'm assuming, was in his late 80s or his 90s.
Okay, that's different.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
he's
different.
very old, very
I
old.
thought you were talking like 67.
No, God, no, he's very old. But he had
A little
one
weird
hand
there.
up on the urinal, other hand holding on, riding the hog, and you could just hear. "Ugh," and then like a little bit of pee would come out.
Then cobwebs.
Oh my god,
No, the stream wouldn't start. It would just be like,
dude,
"Ugh."
what the hell? It sounds like he has kidney stones, dude.
He has to have something
he
wrong
might
with him,
have.
dude.
He might
But
have.
that's not, he's in pain. Yeah.
But then after like 2 or 3 grunts, you just heard a, "Ugh," and then like he would keep peeing, like, and then it would be over.
I feel like that's TMI for you
Got some
guys, isn't it?
blockage, bro.
That's too much information right now.
Got some
That's not
blockage.
bro. That's
Nah,
the
nah.
story.
I know it was super.
You
detailed.
asked for the worst bathroom.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, you
asked
did.
for the
Yeah,
worst
men's
bathroom
dick doesn't
experience.
work. It's that simple.
My God.
I will say the worst experience though, probably hearing a dude jack off in the bathroom. I've heard that twice. That is by far the worst experience.
Those
I've ever.
people are fucking child predators.
I don't even want to go there.
One time it was at my college, right? The
Mhm.
one I go to now. And then another time was in high school. And the one in high school cracked me up way more because the noise he made was dude, this
How
no,
embarrassing.
there was
dude.
no slapping noise. There was like you didn't hear any of that. You just heard his audible moans.
Oh my God.
You just
Yeah,
heard.
yeah.
I walk in there. I sit down to take a shit. I hear from the stall next to me. I just hear,
Oh my. Oh,
Man's
my
literally
God.
fucking aping over here in the
Dude,
corner.
Literally sounds like anime, dude.
and then at that moment, I just go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, just what is going on?
Yeah, you're immediately uncomfortable. Just
Then I hear, "Dude, get out!" That was what I heard.
Yeah, get
It wasn't like he stopped.
listen. Yeah.
Just immediately dipped, right?
Yeah.
It was get out.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to finish after you leave.
That's no. We're done here. Next topic. God. Yeah. The worst
on,
thing
bro.
I've seen in a public restroom was just straight stupid. Like
I guess that wouldn't be the worst thing I've ever seen. It's the worst thing I've ever heard. in a
Yeah,
public
exactly.
restroom.
Yeah, no. The worst thing I've seen was socks off, dude.
Oh,
Like when he's fighting demons in public right now. Like
oh, when you see a dude with like no shoes on at a urinal.
yeah.
Oh,
Relax.
No,
he's
no,
just
no.
trying to ground
This
himself.
guy had his shoes to the side with his socks in them. Like this is how he takes his shits.
what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I'm so done.
It was disgusting. Apparently that's a thing. I didn't know that, but
I'm googling that right
Wait,
now.
yeah,
what
it's
did
like-
he do?
Yeah, Google it, huh?
What did he do?
He proceeds to take a crap in public, right? He's in his own stall, and he takes off his shoes and his socks, and he's literally like fighting demons. He's taking a shit.
Why?
What comfort level is that?
Why do you think of that in the first place?
I don't know.
Don't tell me there's an entire forum of
What
dudes
happened?
who do this. Explain, sir. You're leaving
What's
the
going-
audience in
Yeah.
suspense.
You just laugh on his own. What's going on?
I googled. Does anyone take their?
Yeah.
Does,
read it.
does anyone take off? Does anyone take their socks off when taking a shit in a public restroom?
Okay.
And the first thing that pops up is a Reddit post
It's like, yeah, bro, I get off
on
to it.
r/does anybody else, and it says,
Ew.
"Does anybody else take their shirt off when taking a really intense dump?"
Yeah.
This guy says, "Usually I do this at home. Can't say I did it in a public restroom." And the first response was, "I poop completely naked."
Yeah. Just in public. Oh my god.
Man strips down completely
Yeah.
to
Oh
get
my
ready for his endeavor.
Dude,
That might be the hardest I've ever
I
laughed on
can't
this
tell. I
podcast.
can't tell you. I don't know anyone that does.
Oh my god. I need to calm down for a
Yeah,
second. I need to
that-
take my shirt off.
That is so funny.
Ugh.
You're just having a really good time right now with that post.
But yeah, I hope
The thing that makes me laugh the most is that I Googled something that is so outlandish, right?
Yeah.
So seemingly like nobody would do this
Yeah.
except that one guy.
Yeah.
an immediate
But
result.
immediately there's a community that's like, "Oh
Yep.
yeah, don't worry. Like
not
you're
not
not
two
alone."
people. There's a community.
It's the internet,
Bro, we're talking 15 plus members.
Speaking
Oh
of
my
community,
God.
Yeah.
we at the 2 a.m.
I'm-
podcast appreciate our community.
I'm overstimulated.
I am too.
Well, of course we do. I don't
Which
know
is
if you
why I'm
guys
getting-
know, but we love our audience. We love our audience. We love every little piece of feedback you guys give us, and that's the community Zayd's talking
Oh
about.
my god.
We need that.
Ugh.
That's some good stuff.
Oh,
Little
Yeah, just
scroge.
I need to go on a walk.
Yes, you
God.
do. And we need to go on a walk too. So, anyway, guys, thank you again for joining us on
Genuinely
today's
retarded.
episode number 87. Today, we will be leaving you with Jiggy Carmaquer one more time to close this off.
What's the
And whenever he's ready,
No,
I
just
think-
send us off with
no, we need to
with
give
all
him
of
a
our
word.
socials and stuff.
All right,
Jiggy Carmaquer.
Oh,
Easy.
just Jiggy Carmaquer
Yeah.
style? Okay.
and then I'm gonna cue it in and I'm just gonna give you a word in 3, 2, 1. Beach.
And welcome back to Thoughts for Your Thoughts. Another deeply fascinating, thought-provoking, rooted in fundamental truths, not only of the universe, but of logic and divinity itself. And today, our topic of subjection will be that of the mass amalgamations of tiny stones, usually located by the coasts, often referred to as beaches. Now, there's the general expression, life is a beach. But
Oh my god! Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. We love you.
Damn it! I really wish I could have finished that. It was.
We're
actually-
gonna
it was
close
actually-
off 87. You know where to find us. We are on YouTube at
Oh
the
my
2 a.m.
God.
podcast.
Sorry.
We also do have a 2 a.m. clips channel, so if you can follow us there, leave your bell notifications on, like, subscribe, leave us comments, DM us if you can at the 2 a.m. podcast. We are also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Google Pod, and many more. So let us know what we could do for you guys. Any special topics, requests, let's just get engagement going. And yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to
Until-
sexy outro
till next
right
time.
here.
Also, let us know
Yeah.
if you have any questions about anything involving the podcast, more specifically.
Oh my God. I'm done with tinnitus.
Send us out.
All right,
Peace.
guys.